We're opening today is February 4th, 2025. We are opening up the meeting for the Westborough Economic Development Committee. First thing on the agenda, we'd like to approve the minutes for January 7th. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Any second?
Leonardo, second.
Okay. Well, Scott's online, right? So I have to do roll call?
I don't know if we've gotten him yet.
Yeah, he's here.
We have Scott there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to do a roll call.
Have to let Aiden in.
I did. I admitted him already. I thought. He's here. I see. Oh, waiting for others to join, but he's here.
I don't think they can see him.
He's getting a message saying we'll let people know when that you're waiting.
We need to turn on the
Projector? Do we need a projector?
Or once he's in, usually he gets in, gets connected, and then puts it up.
Okay, gotcha. You look for a pen? Do you need a pen?
Sorry, got it.
All right, he should be in now. He's in now.
He's in now? Okay. There you go. Try that one. You're okay. All right. Let's try this again. Today's February 4th, the EDC meeting. I'd like to, first thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes for January 7th, 2024. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Bagden.
Leonardo, second.
And a roll call, please. Scott?
Might not have him yet.
Okay. Go ahead, Karen.
Bagden, approved.
Henderson, yes.
Kenny, yes.
Coker, yes.
Gingras, yes.
Slam, yes.
Leonardo, yes.
Yep, it's fine.
Close enough.
Close enough. It's good. All right, so the meeting minutes.
Do we need a second? Okay.
Okay. So opening remarks for me today, I just want to say just a quick comment for Laura. She and I have really been working quite closely together and just really excited about the direction where the EDC is going for this year. I'm really happy to have Islam as part of the team and very enthusiastic. So I think that this year is going to be just a great year. So I'm super happy with everything, and so really appreciate the committee working on the EDC awards and looking forward to what you guys have to say. And so those are my opening remarks for this morning. Fred, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Sure. So generally, what's happened the last 2 or 3 years, we have a recurring warrant at town meeting in March to refund the EDC awards. Presently, we haven't given out as many awards this year, so we're right around 32,000, give or take. So depending on what the committee gives out today, they'll certainly, even if you max them out, still going to leave a balance of $17,000, $18,000. So if the committee's okay, the suggestion would be through the town meeting to just fund the delta between the 60,000 or whatever's left in the account, say roughly 42,000. That would be the ask for town meeting. I think we probably should make a motion and vote that would be our recommendation for the town meeting for the warrant.
Okay. Any discussion on that? No? Somebody want to make a motion to approve that motion?
Well, I'll make the motion to approve the delta between what we spent in fiscal year 25 to what we will ask town meeting for in the fiscal year 26 budget. Sound right?
Yeah, that's reasonable enough. It's a little goofy because it doesn't really line up with the fiscal years, but that's fine.
Okay.
Anybody want to second that motion?
I second that.
Do a roll call?
Bagden, yes.
Henderson, yes.
Kenny, yes.
Coker, yes?
Gingras, yes.
Slam, yes.
Leonardo, yes.
Scott Peria? Thank you, Scott. Hi, Scott. Can't see you, but welcome this morning. Great, so that motion has been approved, so we will ask, so for town meeting, whatever the delta is between what we award today, getting us up to the $60,000 that we'll be able to award in for next year. Thank you, Fred, for bringing that to our attention. All right, so next thing on the agenda is reviewing our grant applications, and so excited that we have 3 applications for today. This first application we have is the Live Action Escapes, and that is, I assume that's you guys. Hi, how are you? The Taco Burrow food truck. Today we've got Ramon here, and then the Movement Room, Golf, Performance, and Fitness have all, and that's Ryan over there. And those 3 have applications. Did everyone receive those applications in the email from Laura? Does anyone have any questions before we ask them to present? No? All right, so first up, you don't look like Michael, but you never know. Okay, so don't be nervous, come on up and.
Hello, committee members. How we doing this
Good morning.
Great.
How are you?
Good, good. So my name is Amanda. This is my sister Sabrina. We are the owners and operators, managers of Live Action Escapes Incorporated, currently located in Worcester. I'm going to have Sabrina hand out some pamphlet information. I'm going to email you one. Okay. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things. So we are an escape room and entertainment business, like I said, currently located in downtown Worcester. And we are thrilled to announce that we will be opening a new location in Westborough at 276 Turnpike Road, so right on Route 9 near Chick-fil-A. At Live Action Escapes, we offer a variety of themed escape rooms, along with a unique art activity called Splatter Lanes that we just opened this year. Our offerings are perfect for all ages, whether it's team building, family outings, fun date nights, or just a day out with your friends. We also provide event packages for birthdays, holiday parties, and networking events. In 2016, my father and I opened Live Action Escapes with the goal of bringing something new and exciting to Massachusetts. When we first started, escape rooms were relatively a new concept in the United States. As a family who loves a good challenge, with our passion for theater, game nights, and the arts, we decided to dive right in. We launched 2 escape room games, and just 4 months later, we finally tried our first escape room, which sounds a little silly, but we didn't want to be influenced by other games for our vision of what we wanted to do. Now, it's been almost 9 years, and we're about to celebrate our anniversary, and are proud to be one of the top-rated escape rooms in New England. Very awesome to find that out, right? So we've certainly overcome many challenges along the way. Our journey has involved several moves, thanks to the charming quirks of old Worcester buildings. We started small, expanded a little bit, and grew our team to about 10 employees within the first 1.5 to 2 years. Elevator broke. Our landlord said, "You have 30 days." It's been quite the challenge, also with the pandemic, things like that. We reopened, and we have been at our current location for about a year. We've stayed persistent, dedicated to our mission, and we're continuing to move forward. Now we're thrilled to expand our hard work to a new community in Westborough. The feedback from our customers in Worcester has been incredible, and everyone is thrilled about our expansion. I've spoken with many residents from Westborough and the surrounding towns, and they're genuinely excited that escape rooms will be closer to home. Sorry.
You're good.
This grant would play a crucial role helping us to complete the build of our new location, and it would provide some of the necessary funds to cover both material and labor costs associated with the construction and setup of our new space. With your support, we would be able to expedite the process, ensuring that we can open the doors of Live Action Escapes to the Westborough community as quickly as possible. The faster we can open our new location, or get our new location up and running, the sooner we can continue to provide unique, fun, and memorable experiences for all of our guests, current and new. This grant would not only help us achieve our expansion goals, but also make a lasting impact on the local economy and bring more visitors, creating jobs, and contributing the growth of the Westborough area. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm excited about the opportunity to grow and continue bringing fun, memorable experiences to even more people in Massachusetts.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. Anyone have any questions? About how many people are you going to employ here in Westborough?
We are looking probably about, in the first couple of months that we're open, probably 4 to 5. We do have the opportunity to expand within the building we're in. So if, the first few months to a year goes really well, then we're looking at probably up to 10 at that point.
Part-time, full-time?
Part-time to start, and then if we get to the point where we're open 7 days a week, 9 to 9, then full-time.
Great, thank you.
I just have one question. So your other location is Worcester, and you're planning on keeping that location?
Correct, yes.
And I think it's very cool because I know that my kids have loved going to these over time. Well, my whole family has gone, actually. But is there another, not yours, but in the Metro West area besides the Worcester location?
So there's a couple of them. There's one in Marlborough in the Apex Center, but
There
that
is,
one
okay.
is a franchised escape room, and they don't build their own escape room games. They buy them from a company that pre-builds them.
Okay.
So we do design and build all of our own things ourselves, which is what makes it unique to us. And there's a couple of other ones, not quite in the metro area, but like closer to Boston, and then there's another one in Worcester as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's great. It's great. I think it's
So
an
Laura, we had
excellent
talked
endeavor.
before that in the application it's for rent, but now we're talking build out, correct?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, and I received invoices already to show.
perfect, okay.
What's the square footage of this space?
Ooh,
What did we settle on? I want to say 2,600 square feet, and then with the opportunity to expand, the other part that we'd be expanding into is about the same square footage, so we'd be doubling if we decided to take on that unit.
Cool.
Great, thank you.
Great.
Any other questions?
No, great presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that. Thank you. Awesome. Next up, we have Taco Burrow.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gallo.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
No, now San Ramon service, now it's Taco Burrow. Well, we just opened last week. That's great. And what we bring to Westborough is something different. It's more authentic. It's not a chain. It's family owned. I have my partner. Is a great chef. And we just want to bring something again different to our town. Why I call Taco Burrow, because I love Westborough. I live here for 22 years, and I think we need something different. And at some point, we want to get another one. And bring more people and hire more people. And I think, in my case, what I see working in the industry for 20 plus years, what we need is more attention, more friendly faces in the industry, and it's what we try to do here. And obviously, with the grant, if it's possible, I will bring more kids to train them that way they can make money. And also, we want to make Taco Burrow as destination because I think Westborough needs more people. I think is traveling a lot. I think Westborough have a lot to bring to Massachusetts. And one thing I want to say, just thank you to Lara, to all of you guys. Honestly, I was thinking it's going to be harder to get all my permits on the beginning, I think like this, but checking everything, you guys rock. Lara, the fire department, police department, everything. And everybody was helping us to open this, and finally we opened, and the 28th in February is going to be the grand opening. I hope you guys can be there with us.
Great. And so you're asking the grant is for refrigeration system, generator, and food truck
That's correct.
purchases overall.
Yeah, I don't want to be too loud with the generator. This is the thing, a lot of people say, oh, it's kind of loud. Well, it's what it is for now. But with this, Gonna be nice and smooth, and obviously it's more more cozy.
More of an ambience?
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Ramon,
So-
will you mention where do you prepare your food?
Oh yeah. All right. Right now, I'm talking with the church right here in. I think that the name is Muslim, something like this. I'm sorry if it's the name, but I'm talking with them today because I wanna cook everything here. Right now I'm cooking in Worcester,
Yeah.
and getting back and forth. But now I have my rent is paid already for 6 months right here in Audie Street. I'm talking with this guy for minimum 3 years. And also I'm talking with Knights of Columbus, where I'm paying rent to park my truck, and it's 1 year lease. And I think this can help us to just be more quick with these persons and have everything ready. If I need something, I just need to drive 2 minutes and get back, and no 40 minutes and get back. Right. Thank you for that. Any questions?
Any questions?
So Ramon, will the, down the line, the food will always be cooked off, not in the truck itself?
We prep also
Okay,
in the truck.
Okay.
We are allowed to do that. Yes, but I want to be safe. But I want to be ready for
Right.
everybody. What about if I have 100 people?
yeah.
If I cook everything there, so the line is going to be big. And I want to give a good service.
Okay. And you already have the truck, right?
That's correct. Yes, it's already open
Great.
and running.
Check it out on
I'll be waiting for you guys. Taco
Tell me-
Tuesday.
Address on Otis Street?
49 Otis Street, across from Amazon, near to Cole Harvard,
Oh, yeah.
and this line.
And what's your grand opening again? What
The
date?
28th
Thanks.
of this month.
And this has been a significant personal investment for yourself.
Yeah, so
Yes.
far, a few thousands.
Yep, yeah.
Many thousands. But for a small business, everybody, it's just a taco truck. It's almost $80,000.
Yeah.
This little baby, But if this can pass, it can help us a lot to do better for our town. Any more questions? Please.
So will you be, in addition to being on Otis Street, are you planning to do other events and things with the truck?
Yeah, my plan is be in Westborough minimum 75%. 75%. If I have events, like I have one in Southborough, I have another in Hudson. Just private parties, I will go outside. By my regular base, it's gonna be Westborough. I'm talking about now here in Otis, I have a few banks right here also in Flanders Road. They want me to be there. They're gonna be a farmers market Thursdays. I'll be there too, and just in our town. This is the plan, and we hope in 6-7 months get another food truck, to campaign exactly the same concept and just be growing.
That's great.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
welcome.
Thank you so much. All right. So Ryan, you are up from the movement room. Golf
everyone.
time. It's almost there.
That's right. Good morning, everyone. A couple familiar faces here. Thanks for having me back. Hopefully, actually, in the future, I'd like to have Ramon come over and kind of set up shop if I'm able to get approval for that. I think it'd be kind of cool to do a little Saturday event, something like that. So basically the reason that I'm here today, three main reasons. I'm currently in the process of a simulator upgrade. And for my business, the main reason that I'm looking to upgrade the simulator is just to have better technology so that I'm able to bring on 2 to 3 additional employees. As of now, I'm a solo entrepreneur. So this would create some jobs for swing instructors that do that side of things, because I pretty much just do all the training stuff. 2 would be to be able to kind of host a few more chamber events. back in early January. I was able to do a Hype 9 event, which was a lot of fun. And I had the old simulator at the time, which it worked okay. It was still a lot of fun. But had I had the new technology, I think things would have been a little bit smoother. So I definitely would like to host some events in the future and just be able to have more people in at a time. And the new technology would kind of allow me to run things a little bit more smoothly. And third is just doing a little bit more in terms of like recreational department and community activities. Big thing for me is working with youth athletes, whether they're golfers or multi-sport athletes, but just trying to kind of instill some good training habits with youth so that they can kind of develop and grow, kind of learn some good habits and stuff like that. So being able to kind of pair the fitness aspect with the golf simulator and stuff like that, I think would be just open up some different resources there and some opportunities to have a little bit of fun and try to learn a little bit too. So those are kind of the three main priorities that I'm looking to address with the new technology. So thank you guys for having me out and open to any questions.
Question?
So Ryan, I remember you came before us a couple years ago, right, when you opened in 2020?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
And I apologize, I can't pull up that data from that meeting a couple years, but how would you say things are going projected? I remember you had ideas for how many people you would have come through a day and that kind of thing.
So yeah, things are going well. I did 13,000 more in sales last year. I'm on trajectory to actually just January was my highest revenue month ever.
Great.
I just came out with a collaboration book. I have another book coming out in a couple weeks that I wrote. So yeah, things are going good. Just kind of looking to sort of expand and bring in more golfers. I know there's a ton of golf around here. Obviously, it's something I'm very passionate about. From the fitness side of things, trying to teach people, that you can play golf and train and kind of marry the two together, so that you do feel better. Whether you're a youth athlete or you're retired, just trying to kind of educate people in that sense. And so yeah, I'd say going pretty good.
Great. Do you have an idea of like the number of guests that will increase due to the new simulator?
So yeah, the idea is to basically be able to have people come in, say if they're not current clients, they could come in and rent time on the simulator.
Okay.
I'm also going to be putting up sort of like a semi-permanent divider, so that I'm able to do some group training on one half of the gym where the simulator is at the front half. So that way I could have people renting the simulator and then I'm coaching on the other side.
Okay.
And then basically instructors are able to come in, rent time. They can bring in their students and rent time on the simulator.
Great. And you don't do that now?
I don't, no.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
Sure.
This is a pretty significant investment as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and it's going to happen whether you get this grant or not, but this would help
It
you.
will. I'll find a way.
Yeah. It's a tough business, so congratulations.
Thank
5
you.
years is, it's definitely, I owned a fitness center for 7 years, so I feel your pain sometimes. So congratulations for sticking it out and being it, yes, as you grow and doing something like this, I think is a great add-on for
Thank you.
what you're trying to do. How are you going to advertise this? How are you going to get the word out that people can rent the space? They don't need to be a member or things like that. So what's your plan for, marketing?
Sure.
What-
We're just talking about how we're like, we want to talk to both.
So yeah, I've actually probably since like July of last year really kind of bumped up my marketing efforts because I kind of realized that if people don't know about me, then I can't service them. I can't help. So I've paid a lot more attention to getting not only my name out there, but the gym name out there. So whether it's, just Facebook posting, Instagram posting, social media type stuff like that, direct emailing for people that subscribe to my email newsletter, chamber events, all kinds of things where I can just kind of get my hands in different things so that more people, I can just come into contact with more people, and just kind of strike up conversations that way. I find that to be the best, just being able to talk to people face to face or have a phone call or something like that.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm
Any other
assuming
questions?
you're in touch with the various golf coaches in the area.
I am, yes, ma'am.
At the high schools.
All right, thank you so much.
Awesome.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, here's the fun part. Hi, Karen. Hi. How you doing? I'm gonna see you I'm gonna see you 3 times this week. I know.
Lucky you.
All right, so let's first talk about the escape room here, Live Action Escapes. They are looking for $5,000 to help with their build out, not rent. So I know in the application it says rent, but they're looking for help with the build out and some of the material costs and things like that. So I personally love the idea of an escape room. I'm super competitive, so I can't wait to go. But having some sort of entertainment, now we don't have the movie theater, so having some sort of entertainment and for people to do, I think is a cool thing for Westborough.
I'll agree with that. I think we don't have a lot of options for entertainment in town, and I think that's great. Plus, this is an innovative little thing, off the charts a little bit, and I think that's a great thing. And I can definitely see collaborations with the Chamber of Commerce and having fun events and all that type of stuff. So I'm in support of that. Yes.
I just want to mention that the activities that we have are for ages 6 and up, so it's kids and adults, so that way everybody in the community is able to join us.
Okay.
That's great.
One thing about the escape room, and we've used it in all of our facilities, is for team building too. It's really good team building exercises. So I'm in support of it.
Definitely.
I love the idea that it will drive people to town, and we know that's one thing that we love, because then they're there and they stop at Taco Borough. But it really does. It brings people in from other places, and I think that that's good for all of the surrounding businesses.
Yep.
As an organization that likes to promote business and looks for amazing activities, as Ryan mentioned, we've worked with him. Ramon, we're going to be celebrating his ribbon cutting, but we're here to promote business, and I think having something that any age can participate in is a great draw and attraction to Westborough, because we want to still continue to bring people to do business and eat here in Westborough. So I'm all for the idea.
Yes, eating here is good.
Great.
So they're requesting $5,000. We have 32.
We have enough.
We have plenty. So we're fine. Greg, you want to add anything?
No.
Oh, you
I
moved
just-
your
I-
microphone, so.
No, I'd make a motion that we support the funding of $5,000 to the escape room.
I second that.
All right, roll call. Well, Fred, you want to start it?
Yeah, Leonardo, yes.
Slam, yes.
Gingras, yes.
Coker, yes?
Kenny, yes.
Henderson, yes.
Bagden, yes?
Chapman, yes.
Rayleigh, yes.
All right, motion approved. Congratulations. All right, great. Yeah. We are too. I've got 2 little grandkids who are all over that, so.
We have lots of plans, with the chamber meetings, everything, we'll be seeing each other.
Congrats, great, awesome. All right, so next we have Taco Borough. Ramon, longtime resident here of Westborough, has a fun red truck rolling down Otis Street. So, some of the pictures here if you guys want to take a look. So this is for refrigeration, to quiet it down a little bit, to just, again, another, what I like about these 3 grants is that there's significant personal investment here, so it's a risk, and they're risking it on Westborough. So the food's good. I think looking at cooking the food here in Westborough, again, just kind of keeping everything in the area and the focus of being here in town. Again, we want people to eat here. We want people to come into town and shop here and all of those kinds of things. So I'd like to, any comments from anybody?
No, I think it's great. Anybody else?
Questions, comments, good?
No.
All right, roll call. Karen, you're.
Well, we
gonna-
have to make a motion.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll make a motion to grant $5,000 to the Taco Burrow food truck in Westborough.
I'll second
I'll
that.
second.
Oh, yeah, or Scott can second it, that's fine.
Okay.
But
Karen,
yes.
kick it off.
Yep. Chapman, yes.
Bagden, yes?
Henderson, yes.
Kenny, yes.
Coker, yes.
Jingles, yes.
Leban, yes.
Leonardo, yes.
Rayleigh, yes.
Thank you. Motion is approved to Taco Burrow, $5,000. Congratulations.
Good luck with the business.
to- You're welcome. All right, Ryan, last but not least. Ryan's grant application for new technology for a simulator, which will bring in more retail traffic to Ryan, as well as allow him to provide more community events and work with the youth in our town. So again, another draw to the town coming in. I don't know any other kind of golf, just what you do anywhere else. I haven't seen it anywhere else, so that'll be a drawing to town as well. In 5 years in business and looking to hire more people, which is exciting as well. So, any questions for?
I don't think it matters a whole lot, but it's actually not been a full 5 years. Is that correct?
I actually opened during COVID.
Okay, but like 5 business years? 2020?
Oh, almost 5
It
years.
doesn't matter, but I mean, that's part of the rubric was, yeah,
This October will be 5 years.
right. Okay.
Any discussion about this? These are all pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Karen?
I mean, the only thing gets back to, and I know it's been a while since we did a grant for him, but it gets back to the question of, I think we had talked about repeat applications, and my understanding was that we go with, as long as it's only once per year?
Yeah.
Is that what we
That's
decided?
what we decided, yeah,
So-
last meeting.
Just I think that talking about that going forward and making sure we're comfortable with once per year if we want to adjust that somehow. But obviously it's been a few years now. So yeah, no, I don't have any. I'm happy to make a motion to approve the grant for the movement room for Ryan Wood for $5,000.
I second that.
I know Ryan, so I'm teasing him.
Yeah.
Chapman, yes.
Bagden, yes?
Henderson, yes.
Kenny, yes.
Coker, yes.
Jingles, yes.
Leban, yes.
Leonardo, yes.
Rayleigh, yes.
Congratulations, Ryan. Thank you. Yeah, you guys hit us on a lucky time. So, but the applications were strong, and thank you so much for supporting the town. We really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we're glad you're here.
We're very glad you're here. Thank you.
We're opening our Splatterland the 17th of this month.
We look forward to
17th?
that.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
it's great.
All right.
Good to know.
Awesome. All right, let's keep going. Great job, everybody. Let me just look at, where's my agenda? Where's my agenda? Here we are. Okay. Next up on the, all right, so now we're, welcome back to the year in review.
Yep.
All right, so we're, Holly, I'm going to give it to you because you
Okay.
passed out all the information.
Gotcha. So I'm going to go over what we discussed and what we came up with, the subcommittee, and I think we still have a tentative date of Friday, April 25th, 7:30 a.m., and we can discuss speaker, I think, after this at the end, because that'll be dependent. So Dave, Karen, and I met and spent quite a bit of time going over suggestions from the greater committee, EDC, businesses we felt would really be deserving of this, that had been there for a while, and we checked back and did some research onto awards that we've given in the past, over the past 10 years. As we know, some of it's been fluid, some of it has stayed the same. Thanks, guys. But just depending on need, sometimes there isn't always a certain business that falls into that criteria. But as you can see, what we came up with for large business, and we've got some information, I'm not going to go over all of it. The Doubletree Hotel in Westborough, they just completed an $11 million expansion, and they really, they have about 150 employees, and they really bring a lot of they bring people to town. They do events inside of the hotel for Westborough-based businesses, but also for out-of-the-area businesses, so I think that's really a big boost to the economy for us. For Small Business Award, we're looking at Lindsay Taylor Spatique. They've been here they've been here for 8 years, and they did a significant expansion about 5 years ago, I believe, 4 years ago. They also bring people from far out of the area, Metro West area, even as far as Boston, and they do a lot. They give back to the community, and I just think that it would be good to recognize them as a recipient. New Downtown Business Award, we've got Seed to STEM. I think everybody knows of Seed to STEM. They have a second location in Worcester, and they seem to be doing very well there. Every time I've gone there, other people I've spoken with, they're very busy. And I also love that they occupied a vacant building downtown, which satisfies some of the desires of the master plan. And as their second location, which is done very well. I think they've been there, the first location in Worcester, for about 10 years. So, and then we came up, so then Best Business Expansion Award or New Development Project. We wanted to award to Boston Lawnmower Company. As you guys know, they just relocated pretty recently to Bridle Lane, and they did a $7 million expansion. They currently have 30 employees and service a lot of private businesses, landscaping in Westborough, and also companies and things. And they just have done a significant expansion, and they really do quite a presence, I think, in town as well. And then we have a new award, Best New Destination Award, which we came up with to recognize a business that attracts a wide range of visitors from across the greater Metro West region and surrounding areas, promoting, economic growth to Westborough. And I think that kind of speaks for itself. As you know, Cold Harbor started 2015 in a little tiny building in Milk Street as just a little walk-up kind of, brewery where you could bring your own food. It was very small, but it gained popularity very quickly. It's the only brewery that we have in Westborough. And then they have expanded significantly. They did that huge build-out a couple of years ago. And they're consistently very, very busy. They, again, attract people from quite all different areas, not just within Westborough. I thought this was kind of interesting. They were listed as TripAdvisor's #1 attraction for Westborough, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then we've got the Civic Pride Award. I think we've discussed this a little bit. Westborough Civic Club, they do so many things. I'm not even going to go into it all, but they consistently donate, thousands and thousands of dollars back to the community through the Scouts, the library fund, scholarships, things of that nature. And we think it would be nice to recognize them for that as well. And then 2 more. We've got a Sustainability Award, which we had before, but it's been a while, this category, 2017. Mark's Moving and Storage. We had reached out to the Community Development Board in Westborough, and these guys were the first one that they came up with and recommended. And then once we did a little bit of research, we realized that they really do a lot with their, it's a moving company. They have Mark's Northeastern Furniture Foundation, which is a 501c3, and they repurpose discarded furniture, give them back to families across New England. And they also, as far as sustainability goes, that's saving all of that from landfills and things. And then the Hall of Fame Award, Outstanding Westborough Business, and we, Harry's Restaurant on Turnpike Road. I'm sure everybody's been there at one point or another. They've been around for about 75 years. They started out in Shrewsbury, but they moved to Westborough in 1968, where they've been ever since. 2-generation family-owned business. And again, people come from quite afar to eat there. And they have a good presence in town. They've been here for quite a while. So I think that's it. We'll talk about that, and then we can kind of go into budget a little bit. There's the second sheet that I passed out was the budget, but Before we go forward for that, any questions or thoughts about the committee's recommendations?
Yeah, I did, Holly.
Yeah.
What was the reason behind not having the public vote?
We can. We just thought, it's like one more thing. I mean, are we going to put it out there? And then we didn't know who else we're going to put in there, if we have suggestions for other folks to go in there. But, I mean, we talked a little bit
Right,
about
that was
it.
one thing was, in order to
We could do
choose,
it.
we'd have to name the potential candidates. So, we didn't really have a list of potential candidates, but, we're certainly open if that's what people want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big,
I think we also had a great discussion about, keeping business here, the retention of business, and businesses that have been in business for 75 years. I think the Civic Award Pride was 150 years, and that was a little outside the box because we're giving it to a community organization, which I fully support, because that has all to do with contributions of economic development here, with all the wonderful amenities and the things that this town has to offer. We did not come up with a second business to be able to nominate. We're certainly open to it, but I think we were looking at those businesses here that's been in our community for quite a long time, and to look at them for celebrating because they're definitely a destination point here in Westborough, and it's very quite popular by the Westborough High School students. It's like they brought a whole new generation in, especially during COVID, which I thought was really interesting. So, so that's kind of the way we looked at it. So, but we said we were open to what the committee thought about it too.
I really like the list. That's me personally. I didn't realize Mark's Moving and Storage did that, and I think, talking to the Sustainability Committee was, you really get there.
Yeah, that was a recommendation by the Sustainability.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think everything from, in my vantage point, everyone that you've kind of looked at here is put a significant investment into their businesses. So,
I think to Fred's point, there's something attractive about getting the public involved. But I think like we've discovered from all of these awards, you can't rubber stamp, for example, as you say, the anniversaries. Those are the anniversaries and we can't really mess with those. It's one of those things I would propose that we bring in and bring out as the candidates allow it, but not make it a mandate.
yeah. And I think that's what we've done. I mean, I think that's always been sort of what we've done.
And also,
Agree.
the storytelling on behalf of what Westborough TV will do. When you look at Boston Lawnmower, they started their small business between Lowe's and Domino's, they told me. They moved across the street to expand, and they continue to choose Westborough and made an even greater investment. And I also can tell you from point of view as far as, and I know we'll all agree, with Doubletree, the fear that they might have closed during COVID, what will we have done for when businesses come back, and then having all the big events that we have, there's nobody else to house them, which I was so glad that when Cold Harbor opened, that they actually added that function room piece, which you'll find that places like Amazon and a lot of community events, including the Chamber, like to have some variety on where we can bring our business too. So these are great additions to our town, and I'm so amazed at the personal investments that management companies and business owners put into this town. So we did put a lot of thought into looking at the businesses here and on the horizon to what's coming up next year. Obviously, we noted that there's something happening with the new supermarket coming into town, so things to celebrate for next year too, but we're certainly open to what everybody else thinks.
Scott, you've been, I just wanted to just make sure Scott had input here on your thoughts.
I think it's great. It's great to recognize the business itself. I'm familiar with Mark's Storage and a couple of other ones. So I think it's great, but I think sometimes too, look at your industries too. And then I think public input is important because for me, it's, I don't want to think that we're the ones that are making all the decisions, that they do have input on.
Okay.
I think that thing about the function hall is not to be underestimated because at Corridor 9 we often talk about wanting to be exposed in other surrounding communities and have large events, 100, 200 people. There is nowhere. You know, it's crazy. So to have a facility like the DoubleTree, I think and Cold Harbor is like a real boon for Westborough.
Yeah, when you see the other towns, such as Northborough, had a huge celebration, they had to go to Westborough. They don't have anything that can host. So, and what I love is they boost our local economy because, as I said, who do you refer to go eat? And he makes it very clear who they are in Westborough, who they refer as the local restaurants here, where to shop. These are the questions that they have. So, yeah, I mean, I think we had a long discussion about a lot of businesses. We met a few times, so we became unified and put this out to the rest of you. So,
Yeah.
Any questions, Eslam?
No, a list looks great to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. It's a solid list. It's a very, I think, to Scott's point, the industries are all really well represented. The downtown business award, that, like you said, it's a storefront, that was vacant or was going to be vacant, and
Well, there's a lot of criteria to call into it,
Yeah,
so Seed to STEM is brand new. So on the one hand, that's they haven't got a track record with the town yet, but they brought something that's unique, adds diversity downtown, is definitely drawing people from out of town. We've seen it. So, each one's on a case-by-case basis, I would say.
any comments, Fred?
Just-
No?
I would just
Yeah.
wanted to chime in. I think that it's a really good list this year. I think there's a lot of variety in the businesses that you've chosen. I liked the kind of your reasoning for those, I think is great. Again, we're going to have reasoning because when we make the videos, we have a statement about why they were chosen, and so it's nice to have a strong reasoning behind the selections. I kind of go back and forth on the bringing the public in for vote. Fred makes a good point about just inquiring on when we're going to do that, and you guys said maybe there are times where that will lend itself better to a vote. As Laura gets up and going and has a better feel for some things, maybe next year we decide to loop one of those in, because I do think it is nice to bring the town in. I think with 8 of these options right now, and I think they're strong and videos to make over the course of a couple months here. I'm happy to have those locked in so we can get to work on those, so it can be a great presentation for them. But I'm really comfortable with the list, and I appreciate the time you guys put into considering all the different businesses.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing. It's just how, there's a lot here. So, to be able, and I think the thought process was good. And like you said, as Laura gets up and running, we get more new businesses and things. We could, have a new business award that, we could put out to the
One
public
concept
and
we
things like
had
that.
was maybe just making an award that allows itself for public input, and maybe calling it the People's Choice Award and giving it a very specific, definition. A business that makes it, more fun to be in Westborough, or gives back, whatever the criteria could be, or
Yeah.
maybe multiple criteria, and then the public could weigh in.
That's good. Okay. Anyone want to make a motion to, do we need to make a motion?
Well,
Let's talk about the budget, sorry.
yeah. So we have information from 2020, 2023, and then this year. I don't know where the other years are, but I know last year we used USRA Hall, and that was, you guys can see, it's the second page that I handed out, $640. Curry Printing came in at the same. They do that for us at a reduced cost, which is wonderful. Christine McShane Photography, she's the same rate, $500. And then last year we did a combination of Swansky's, Red Barn, I think Yummy Mummy, Dave, correct me?
I don't think so.
No, but
No.
I think it was Rocco's.
Rocco's,
last
okay,
year.
in town. And then Crown Trophy, and they are always about roughly the same, about $89, $90 per trophy.
Yeah, they went up to 89.
Yeah. So we don't have any costs this year because we're doing Memorial Hall. Curry's the same.
Sorry, we're doing the Great Hall in,
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah, I'm
across
sorry,
the
Great Hall,
street
not Memorial Hall.
at Forbes.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, you're right. Karen did got a quote from Simply Delicious Catering for $1,700, and so that brings us to $3,366. If you look at second page of the the handout with the description and information, that would be choice of muffins, bread, scones, fruit salad, and then a choice of quiche. They deliver it, set it up, includes tax and tip. We can definitely open it up for discussion. I know we've talked about wanting to elevate it a little bit. It's not going to be the level that we've had when we've been having like a sit-down breakfast at the DoubleTree, which, you know.
Is the town tax exempt? So it does not include that tax?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. She knew that, the caterer, so. We only got a price for that when we looked at elevating it with something a little nicer than what we've done in the past. Not that I don't think all what we've had was very nice, but we just talked about making it a little more elevated, that's all.
So we did, I don't know, under Section 5 sponsorship, I don't think that's correct. I don't really remember where I got that number, 850. I'll have to go back and check that, but these are the sponsors in the last couple of years. We didn't get sponsors last year because we didn't need to. But we have a form letter for that, but each of these organizations, we reached out and we split it up among the board, and everybody sent out a letter to each of them requesting, and the ask was for $200, and I believe that's what everybody gave, so that came out to what, about $2,400, something like that. I do have a question, Lara, because you said there's nothing in the general fund, but how did we pay for this last year?
We had sponsors. We did.
Did we have sponsors last
We
year?
didn't have a lot, but.
Okay.
And we had some, I believe there was some money left over from previous years.
Okay, and we have no money left over now.
We'd have to check. I don't know
I said no.
how much it would be, but.
Okay.
I don't think that's unreasonable to get sponsors for that
Yeah.
amount.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I
that's-
mean, I'm definitely open, we're open to discussion, I think
Yeah,
that would really,
I like the idea of bringing Simply Delicious. I like the idea of elevating it up a little bit. You know, as far as food's concerned, I think we should be able to raise the money. I mean, I can't see it's going to be a big deal to raise $3,400, but.
We can double check on some of that for next month.
Okay.
Just 2 comments, well, 3 maybe. The committee might want to suggest taking votes on the awards separately from the financing of the breakfast, which is
Yes.
fine. The only thing I would consider adding, and I know it won't jack it up significantly, hopefully, is maybe water and juices to the refreshments.
I think that's included in the quote from the catering company.
Okay, it just doesn't say it on here.
No,
There's bottled water there.
I have the actual order.
No water. A sustainability person here doesn't like bottled water. Some kind of water source, whatever it may be. I don't think you need a ton.
I have the
but-
original order, I'll have to double check.
Well, that's all right. It's just a very minor thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we can actually bring waters if we had to.
the appeal to this is just that we're not going to be running out the morning of picking up Rocco's Donuts.
Absolutely. I don't.
Well,
no.
quite frankly, I have to deliver everything back, so that's fine. And I'm happy to do it. She can't
help
pick
you.
it up, and I'm happy to do it. So.
Fred, you had something else?
No. I think that's reasonable to have something that's a little bit more elevated. I think
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Fred, are there
I
a
would
lot
be
of
supportive.
6-foot tables over there that can be set up? I need to figure out.
Yeah. Oh, there's tons of tables.
Okay.
That's not an issue. The working group can talk about that a little bit. We've done tables. I don't know that we have anything high. Sometimes it's nice to have like places for people to kind of rest their stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we really haven't had there. I'm not sure if we can get like a higher round table type thing. I'm not sure how we'd get that.
I think
but-
it's fine with the 6-foot tables, because she's going to have a chafing dish for the quiche. And this is so that you can help yourself to it, so.
Yeah, so I think the high tops for people that are standing talking. you know,
Right.
putting their
Oh,
coffee
those.
down or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have like 5 million tables, so that's not an issue.
That's
but-
Okay.
No, I'm being facetious, but there's plenty of tables
Yeah.
to
And I
set
knew you
up.
were, yes.
I know for the Cultural Council, we do our reception every year. We get them somewhere. We don't rent them. I can check into that and see. We might be able to get a couple of them.
Yeah, that might be great, just so people can kind of rest their plate or whatever it may be. Presumably they'll have plates for the quiche.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you don't hold that in your hand, but that's only a guess on my part.
So for the purpose of this meeting, we'll kind of figure out the logistics of it all as we kind of go. For the purpose of this meeting, let's vote on the awards. do we need to make a motion for the awards?
I don't know if we do.
Okay, well,
I think that I would make a motion to, with the slate, and then we can vote on that.
Okay.
Like in one vote.
somebody want to make a motion?
I think that would be fine.
So maybe, whoever has the list in front of them, make the motion.
So I would make a motion to approve the slate as submitted by the subcommittee for the award recipients for the 2024 year in review.
Second? Anybody?
I'll second.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, roll call.
Chapman, yes?
Bagden, yes?
Henderson, yes?
Kenny, yes?
Coker, yes.
Laban, yes.
Leonardo, yes?
Rayleigh, yes.
Great. You guys did a really great job. Thank you for all the time that you took and the thoughtfulness that you put into putting this together. So I really appreciate that. Okay, and then we want to approve the budget.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Want to talk about the budget more?
I just, in terms of the awardees, who will be following up and reaching out to let them know what happens next?
So I have a list that
Yeah.
the majority of them I can,
Yeah.
if you want me to.
Yeah, coordinate, yeah.
And so Karen, let me know. I'm happy to call them and let them know. And then you're going to
that's-
follow up with what you have to do next, or?
Right, well, so that was my question, is kind of what has happened in the past, I just didn't know if that's what would happen now, is a message has come out from the Economic Development Coordinator to, Director, to say, congratulations, and we have some of those emails from past years, if you want to kind of look at what was done there. And then usually I'm copied on that with note to them that says Westborough TV will be reaching out to create the video for the event, and then that way I have their email, they have my email, and I can reach out separately to them. So maybe I can coordinate with Laura on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
them.
and then usually what we've done in the past is assigned members, each board member to one of the businesses to kind of spearhead and be that contact person for that business.
I mean, if it's okay with the committee, I would suggest that the subcommittee notify people, because we know what the criteria was that they were, I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter.
You think?
Well, I think
It's better to come
that
from
we
the
get
business.
they get a phone call, but they get a follow-up from Laura. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just think that
Yeah.
make a personal phone.
Yeah.
If everybody does, we'll make a phone call. Laura can send out the letter
Yeah.
and CC Karen on it, yeah.
What do you want to do, Laura?
Oh, I'll follow your lead, just, I would just emphasize that I think that the staff person should stay in the loop somewhere.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
My feeling is to follow what we've been doing. Let's keep the process the way it's been. Letter goes out. If you guys want to make a phone call, that's great. And then, but I think
Yeah, I
it
think
should, I think we should follow the process that it's been, and where they get the letter from, you CCing, because you have that, CCing Karen on that. You guys go ahead and make the phone calls, just to congratulate them, but I think we should follow the process.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree.
yeah, I think so, that sounds great.
So do you just want to send me your contact?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
on
makes sense.
that,
I'm
right?
happy to do that. Seed to STEM is not one of my contacts.
No, they're our next door neighbor.
So
Yeah.
somewhere along the line, send
They
to
will be,
me
but-
your contacts.
Got it.
Karen, you and I will work on
Henderson, yes,
notification.
great,
And.
Kind of that formal
we'll get started
notification.
ASAP on that.
that's great, that's great.
Awesome. Great, thank you.
Okay.
All right, we want to kind of, let's get rolling here on the budget. If we want to approve the budget as is, with the addition of juice, possibly? And,
Well, your cost
Pitchers
is going
of
to go
wa-
up. I'm
and
just gonna
pitchers
tell
of
you.
water?
If juice isn't on it, the cost will go up.
Okay.
So I'm just going to tell you that right now, so.
I can go and buy some Tropicana and some cranberry juice, so that'll be my donation.
I don't think it's necessary. When we're hiring somebody to do it, but I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if there was juice on it, I'll have to go look at it, so.
You can come back to Laura and just let her know.
Okay.
We'll work that way. If it's not a significant increase, I don't know that that'd be an issue. If it's like $1,000,
I'm happy to
yes.
do that, okay.
It's old water.
We won't include juice. No juice for you.
Do you
I
want
don't
to?
want juice, and I don't drink coffee. I like the water idea, though. Yeah.
Either way.
Do we
But
want
for all I
to,
guess,
I need
that's
to make
nice.
we need to have a motion to approve the budget with any small slight adjustments for, so come on, make a motion To approve the budget?
Make a motion to approve the budget for the EDC annual celebratory event of $3,366,
And then some.
give or take.
Yeah.
It's not a
That sounds-
motion.
Yeah.
I second that.
Well, if I may, you can approve it up to like $3,500.
Sure, so
Something like that.
not to exceed $3,500.
There you go.
I second that.
Perfect. Okay. Somebody want to second that?
I second that.
Thank
yes.
you. All right. Scott, you want to start us off on the roll call?
Riley, yes.
Fred?
Leonardo, yes. Sorry.
Benius.
Jingles, yes.
Coker, yes.
Kenny, yes.
Henderson, yes?
Bagden, yes.
Chapman, yes.
And I was going to ask too, if I may, were you going to talk about the guest speaker?
Yeah,
or-
that was the next thing. Yeah, I wanted to get this wrapped up here and then go down the speaker rabbit hole.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for your email the other day, Karen, regarding the speaker. The Lieutenant Governor, if we decide that we're going to stick with that, we won't hear anything until way closer to the event. Laura and I had a great ambassador meeting last week, and they suggested Senator Howe Secretary Howe would be a great person. She really likes to be out in the community. She loves speaking. Or Hannah Kane might be another good choice where we can lock them down the date. Personally, I can't move to May. This April date has to be for me to be here because I'm in Greece in May. So this date of April 25th, even though it's school vacation week, anyway, so we want to be able to lock down the date and lock down the speaker. I know you had suggested, Karen, that having, if the Lieutenant Governor all of a sudden says, yay, I can be there at the last minute, we could have a couple of different, couple of speakers. And along with the 8 awards, it could be a long event.
All I'm going to suggest is if she does confirm, she has to be put out as the keynote speaker, as was told by somebody else who deals with this kind of thing, to make sure that it is marketed as she is the keynote speaker, which we can't put out right now because we don't know.
Right.
And there's a reason behind why they do it.
Sure, absolutely. But we'd like to, I think as a committee, we'd like to lock down the speaker. So as a subcommittee, are you guys open to, reaching out, having Christy or Laura or who was it, Elaine? What was her name? Elaine?
Yeah, she's been a speaker before.
Yeah.
Last year, maybe?
Reaching out.
2 years ago.
Yeah. So,
Well, do we need to decide on that this month? Can we decide on it next month? Or
I don't
do
think
we
we're going to
start
hear from Lieutenant Governor. So,
You don't
even
hear
come next
till
month?
So
Couple
just so
weeks,
you know,
few
it was
weeks
2.5
ahead.
weeks
Yeah.
before. There's a reason why they do it.
Yep.
yeah. So, personally, it would be good for us to be able to lock down the speaker, get it out there so that we can, have as many attendees as possible. Sure. Come to the event. So, but I will leave it.
So
discussion.
are we going to let the speakers know how much they both have time for speaking? Because I did give the Lieutenant Governor a certain amount of time based on what we knew, which is,
I think if we have a conversation with Secretary Howe or Hannah and just say, this is the deal, this is what's
Great.
happening, you'll either have this amount of time or this amount of time, we can let you know as soon as we hear. And I
Okay.
think that they are in politics and they understand. I would think so. But that's,
How much time was given last year to the speakers?
they get about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. And it depends on who's speaking.
Yes.
okay, so let's have a decision and let's lock somebody down this month before next month's meeting so that we can get that. All right, everybody good with that? I don't think we need to make a motion until we decide. Okay?
Great.
Yep.
All right.
I think the only other quick thing with that is just, and we can do it via email, Lara, we can talk about it, just assigning committee members to each of the awardees, and then also following up with committee members reaching out, signing committee members for donations, sponsorships. Yep, and we've got all the letters and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to have to recuse myself
Yeah.
from
Yep.
going after sponsors,
Yep.
sorry.
And Lara can either, so just be the rest of us.
All right. Awesome. All right, we are a little behind, which is not normal for me. All right, we're going to go with Jenny, Planning Department.
Thank you. So I believe you all have received the final report from the WRTA on the transportation recommendations. So if you didn't read it, just a summary. They're proposing to expand our microtransit service. It may not be through VIA. They're putting it out for bid. So they'll see who responds. The other proposal, long-term, is to extend Route 15 from Worcester that goes through Shrewsbury to Northborough Crossing, and then to Westborough along Route 9, and then downtown. So that's not an immediate thing because, it costs money. But it is a long-term recommendation. So hopefully we'll be seeing that within the next decade. And if you want to read more about that, it's available online on the planning department page, or I believe you all were sent an email about it. Yep. There's 2 zoning articles on the warrant for town meeting for accessory dwelling units, and then for revisions to sections 5.3 and 5.4, which are the table of dimensional controls, and it just kind of cleans up some things, more specifically regarding the M1 zoning district, where right now you have to go through a town meeting for any town building to be constructed in something zoned M1. And it has turned into something that's really not in line with Mass General Law, where town meeting becomes the special permit granting authority. And so we're recommending putting it back on the planning board, that the planning board review it as they would review anything else. We have sent out the request for quotes for revisions to the downtown sign bylaw, so I'm getting those in. And so that will be hiring a consultant to be able to look at the downtown sign bylaw and make recommendations on any changes to update that. And 210 Turnpike Road, the proposed Starbucks is still in open planning board hearing. The next hearing is on February 25th. So if you have any comments, feel free to send them in still. And I don't know if Laura will talk about this at all, but we've been working with Northborough and Southborough on a joint grant application for a Route 9 corridor study, which will essentially look at economic development, employment trends, zoning, things like that, all along Route 9. And then what will come out of that is recommendations on those items. So that's it.
Awesome. Any questions for Jen? No, sounds good. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, Laura, you're up. Community Development, EDC updates.
Good morning, everyone. Laura Crawford. All right, I'm going to jump right in. I've got a lot. I just want to give a quick update on the branding and wayfinding project. Our next public meeting has been scheduled and started to be promoted as of yesterday. That is for February 24th at 6 o'clock. Thank you. It'll be at Great Hall, in Great Hall. The idea on that one will be we'll hear back from the consultants on what they took from the first set of public meetings and survey. They've sort of put out some ideas, and then we'll be able to, or folks will be able to respond to those. So color, font, typeface, graphics, etc. And so that's kind of, I think that's pretty exciting. They'll then take those comments, refine the graphics and the branding. We'll have another internal meeting, and then propose that the final, still sort of draft, because it'll still need to go to the select board, but that draft final report will go to the select board sometime late March, early April, after town meeting. And then final report will include the branding recommendation, mock-ups of types of signs, and suggestions for placements. And the next phase on that will be an RFQ, which I've started very loosely drafting and will continue to draft throughout the month and so forth. I'm just going to pass out the flyer for the February 24th.
That's an important one to get the word out on that one, because we'd like to get a lot more feedback on that, because it's really something that'll go out throughout town, and it'll last for foreseeable future.
Yeah, yeah.
So I will say I got some marketing help on that. Thank you, Christina Kelleher, for all of her help on that. And I have already posted it on the Chamber's public PR. It's on Facebook. It's on the website calendar. If you find it on our Facebook page, please share it to personal group pages. And then I'm sure the Advocate and Westborough TV will also be promoting it.
And I think that's important to make sure the public knows that this is grant funded, that this is not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what, that was
Yeah.
the main thing is the, like,
This is grant funded. We
Yeah.
have the money. So, yeah.
all right, so moving on to business updates. I got a chance to visit with Cumberland Farms /EG with Pete Allen. We had a large employer interview. We learned a bit more about their sustainability efforts. We learned about their desire to sort of be involved in Westborough community, and worked on some. Everyone. One of the biggest problems with businesses is really attraction to for human resources, right? So we talked about some ways that we might be able to help them. And as they move forward on any expansions or other kinds of changes to their site, I asked that they could I let them know they could contact my office, and I would help them with navigation through the permitting. Fred gave me the best tour of Amazon robotics, and then I almost got arrested leaving. But that was it was super amazing. And he also got me a contact for their PR, excuse me, their PR person. So I'll reach out, see if I can't start getting more contact with the actual employee, the management there. Permitting assistants working with a barber shop on East Main Street, a new clothing and jewelry store on Turnpike Road, Crystal Mine, which is at 276. She contacted me about some ideas of expansion, so we're sort of working a little bit on that. And then I've been working with Live Action Escape as well. So I also had a large meeting in January, or I had a meeting with a large developer, and we're discussing some potential grant opportunity for site readiness. I met with the Westborough Farmers Market manager. I assisted on planning for the Westborough International Women's Day event. I met with 2 employers, business assistants. I am 98% there on the business guide. I am meeting with the Historical Commission this week to get their background, get their feedback on some for what could be enhanced on the business guide. But essentially, I've gotten everybody's feedback, so that's almost ready to go to Asabat, who will be doing the graphic design and the placement. Sandy and I had a ambassador meeting, which was great. looking to expand the ambassador program, looking to divvy up the town geographically so that ambassadors can concentrate on certain sets of businesses. And then also looking to have certain ambassadors who are more marketing and event side to sort of help on that piece. My next Tuesday is my real estate, not mine, the real estate and zoning briefing happening at Great Hall. So we'll have Jenny speak on both the downtown planning and the new turnpike bylaw. Andrew Davis from Massport, Worcester Airport will give an update. And then Lynn Tokarczyk is business development strategies. She's going to really kind of give us a down low on the new, how TIFs are now being done. So TIFs are tax increment financing. So one of our incentives that we can utilize for businesses. So in February meetings, the February 11th real estate briefing, February 12th, I'll be at the Boston Convention Center, snooping around looking for renewable energy companies who want to move to town. And February 24th is the branding and wayfinding public meeting. There'll be some work with some businesses on some site selection, permitting. Still working on some more robust mapping, which will probably go into the business guide. We'll work it all together. I just met with Westborough Connects on a joint event in the fall. So more to talk about that just later on in the presentation. Meeting with Post 22 actually later today. They're looking at site selection and expansion, potentially. Working on state grants for a vacant property, site readiness, and then with Jenny on one-stop Route 9 corridor study, and Northborough and Southborough. Working on the draft RFQ for the wayfinding portion of the project. I have just ready to go. I just have to press send on the second edition of the newsletter. So I was going to do that this morning after this meeting. Questions? Oh, wait,
So what have you been doing, Laura?
right? You know what? I missed one thing. I need volunteers for the Chambers Expo in April, the Sustainability Fair, March 29th, I think, at the high school. And one other event that I don't remember, and I don't know why I didn't put it on my report. So, so the expo is April 3rd. It's at 4 to 7 p.m. We have a table. Oh, that's right. The third event will be the Westborough Connects event that we're working on. That is called, they've put it on before. It's for ages 45 plus. Yeah. It's where they bring in all of their clubs. And so I think it's an amazing opportunity. Part of what makes Westborough so great is the fabric of all of these different kinds of social and other kinds of social action organizations that contribute. And it makes it so that when I say, hey, business, come to Westborough, we're a great community, not just for the, low taxes and the great transportation, but because your employees are going to love being here. They're going to love to live here, work here, and play here. So what I'm working on is
Westborough for life.
sort of, so what I would like is to have somebody from the committee or an ambassador be part of the Westborough Connects committee who's planning the event for September. So I'll pass that on. That's the event that they had in the 2 years ago.
Yeah, Westborough for life. Yeah. Thank you very much, very much. So part of the ambassador committee, Karen Henderson, we had a quick ask. We'd like to get the ambassador committee up to about 12 people. Right now we've got 3 to 4 on the committee. So we're just wondering if you might be able to post something on the cable channel that the EDC is looking for, ambassadors to join. And that was part of our meeting was like just territory out Westborough, give the ambassadors, an area so they can develop those long-term relationships, talk about the newsletter, what's going on, but really just kind of have more of a relationship than randomly kind of going out. And then with that ambassador committee, also finding people with different strengths, people that like to go out and shake hands, kiss babies, others that want to do the social media and help Laura with some of the marketing stuff, because we want the highest and best use of people's time and what people really like to do, right? So, so that's what we're looking for there. And as far as, we're all involved in a lot of things, so just being able to kind of pick one of those 3 events to help out would be great. And then we could get the ambassadors to, kind of step in for other things. But, Laura's a great communicator. She's done a great job. The real estate piece and, all the things that you're doing, the business guide, congratulations to you. You really did hit the ground running. And you just kind of flying now. So great job.
I just have a quick question. First, I can help out with Westborough for Life if you want to put me down for that. And then the doing business guide, I know I missed this. Is this like a paper guide, online? Refresh me, sorry.
No, I haven't really given much
Okay,
thought.
okay, good. I'm going crazy.
It was Fred's request.
So Holly, we've been working on it probably for, 3 years.
Yeah, right.
In some form or fashion. The idea is, I would imagine that we'll have it in print form, but also online.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that any business coming to town would have a brochure or it's more than a brochure, but kind of documentation, a guide to get to, if you're a small business, big business, medium business, what you have to go through for processing. Okay. It gives you a story of the different departments and what the requirements are going to be. So Laura in her capacity often gets asked that, and people are just confused on the process. So it gives them something that they can either print or have that kind of gives them guidance that way.
Great. Okay.
So to answer your question directly, if there's a sponsor to get it printed, then yes, we'll have some printed. I don't feel that we need to go with, the thousands that we used to. It will be also sort of available online. But yeah, it's a why Westborough and not only why Westborough, but then how, right? And I have a special section just if you're a property owner, what are some of the maintenance things that are being required of you in terms of business property, not residential property.
Right. Oh, that's great.
And so forth. So it's trying to, it's right now it's like 17 or 18 pages. So it's pretty lengthy.
Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like One Stop is also kind of brought into that a little bit?
Well, so it's a good tool to use at One Stop as well. So Larry can use it as a handout for the visitors that come in. So I imagine we'll have it in various forms, but once we see it, we'll give, suggesting that Larry will give you a presentation. You'll kind of see what it looks like. And then you can get the word out. So if you're dealing with a new business or an existing business that wants to have more information, it just, I don't know how else to describe it, but other towns have done it. I presume it's helpful. We get the questions all the time. We just don't have anything to give out to people and say, here, this is this gives you some direction.
And it helps to make it feel more welcoming, like, hey, we're planning. Yeah,
Right.
we're going to help you plan, and here's something that you can actually look at. So, which I think would be great for
Awesome.
businesses.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, any new business anyone wants to bring up?
I have questions.
Yes.
Fred, any updates on the former Uno property? Is there anything happening? There's a lot of rumors floating around town, so.
Yeah, I don't, have you heard, I don't know. That one's been kind of tricky.
Okay.
There's some debate with the owners, in my apologies, not the owners, but the business owners. I know they may have accepted the lease and the rent on that kind of prematurely.
Okay.
What happened with the interior of that business, just because this is public, it's not like a private thing, the whole kitchen there was ripped out. So there was no way to function that as a restaurant from the get-go. So there's a significant investment that has to be made just to bring it back to a restaurant, because there's literally nothing in the kitchen. So that's kind of,
Because they took it with them?
evidently, when Uno's left, they demolished the complete kitchen.
Wow.
So there may be some semblance of the hood, but there's no other equipment. So it's not like the restaurant, the ones that came forward for the lease could just walk in and open it up. So I know they've been dealing with Bill Heslett, the building commissioner, a little bit. They've met with them and fire department. They've been in communication with Lara, albeit I don't know how much communication they've had recently on that.
But I think as of yesterday, there's a building permit has been issued for demolition.
Okay. So many rumors have been flying on the social media about what it's going to be, which was interesting to me. And is there a new Brazilian restaurant opening up in Westborough?
No,
Okay.
it's
Near New York Deli? No.
it's a deli kind. It's not a restaurant, but it'll be for you.
It's a takeout or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He has an existing location in Hudson.
Okay. Yes, my one of my staff was over there at Nal's and said something exciting is happening over there. So okay.
Yeah, that was one of the permitting help that I worked on.
Okay.
Anything else?
Any updates about Big Y?
Oh, well, just the fact they're under construction. So they, interestingly enough, I happened to stop out there last week. Otherwise, I wouldn't know. But they're putting in the infrastructure now. Tentatively, the contractor said they're shooting for June-ish. Okay. So that's kind of that. It's a different form of Big Y. It's not as big as some of their markets.
Okay.
It's not like a super Big Y, if you will.
Yep.
So.
Thank you.
Anything else? No. Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Scott?
We lost them.
Okay.
No, he's here.
Leonardo, yes.
Laban, yes.
Coker, yes.
Kenny, yes.
Henderson, yes.
Bagden, yes.
Chapman, yes.
All righty, everyone. We'll see you next month. Thank you for all your hard work, everybody. Thank you.